There has been a secret beef on YouTube that stemmed from Fortnite dating back to 2018. And I'm gonna get to talking about it right now. This beef is in between Sniperwolf, Sssniperwolf to be exact, and azzyland. And I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty, so you better make sure to dislike and comment right now, because I think I have a very interesting take on this situation. Now, first things first, I want to say a massive shout out to Nerd City. Obviously, he's way bigger than me, so you've probably seen his video first, but he explains in its entirety what narcissism is and what led to this beef to begin with, because it is very, very one-sided. With that being said, I'm going to be focusing on the 6-minute portion to the 9 minutes and 35-ish portion of his video. Again, watch that full video, but we're going to react to it right here.
A recap of what happened?
Sure.
Okay, so basically,
First off, I do want to quickly say Nerd City is actually amazing. This is actually my first introduction to Nerd City. I've watched most of this video. This is my first introduction, and he's extremely good about citing sources and extremely good with his YouTube videos, so do check him out again.
they were like in a circle, and I was walking.
Real quick, also more backstory. He says it in the video. I forgot to say it here. This is at a Fortnite Pro-Am tournament in 2017 where celebrities were paired up with professional gamers or streamers. Sniperwolf was paired up with another professional sports athlete, and azzyland was at this thing, and basically Sniperwolf loses really early on in this Fortnite Battle Royale competition and gets very angry, so she decides to do this.
I walked to the bathroom, and then when I was walking back, I saw them, and they're like, "Hey, Azzy," and then I was like, "Sniper was there," and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Just be nice." They just walk over, and then I go in there, and I got really awkward, so I started like just telling an embarrassing story of myself.
So, first things first, you're probably noticing as she's saying this, she's saying it got really awkward when she walked next to Sniperwolf. And it talks more about it in this video, but Sniperwolf basically had been copying bar for bar azzyland's videos for the past year. Before this, she will copy thumbnails, she will copy anything. And we all know that Sniperwolf is not someone of high character, so she will blatantly copy these things. Continue with the video.
And she just like is looking at me, she's silent, and she's like angry, and then she like lunges at me, and I don't remember like exact details because it was just fucking terrifying.
Sorry for any of the cursing in this video. I can't control that, obviously. But also, you're going to recount, as she's like literally explaining this, she's smiling and laughing the whole time, and that really caught me off guard. But I also want to say that this was a long time ago, and I think at this point she's kind of rationalized everything and laughing about it now because she doesn't know how to express it any other way.
Got in between and like pulled her off me, and then they took her back into the room, and then I was out there, and they were like, "What the f was that?" It was just like, it was so. Oh yeah, she was like, oh yeah, she screaming at me. She's like, a bunch of words I can't actually say on YouTube, but the one sentence I can say is she goes, "You fake your gameplay," and then charges to her.
You fake your gameplay, which is a giant claim considering during this Fortnite Pro-Am competition, Sniperwolf literally faked her gameplay. Her boyfriend was playing. Her boyfriend at the time was playing for her in this Fortnite game, and they still lost. They were still trash. Nick Mercs literally murked them in this game.
Towards me, swinging.
This is an Azzyland only channel from now on. Sniperwolf is no longer my best friend. Azzyland is my best friend.
Leah had to be physically pulled off of Azra and was dragged away.
He's referring to Sniperwolf as Leah. That's her real name, if you didn't know.
Screaming and clawing.
Yes, this was me, the child with the anger issues, who would never back down from a fight. And I scream really loud. You know that high-pitched scream that girls do? I'm not even gonna do it for you guys, just to spare you headphone users.
So the thing is that I also would consider myself someone with anger issues. Don't talk about it a lot, but I do yell at my games quite a bit. But I think that having anger issues is very fundamentally different from instigating fights. With that being said, azzyland has been a source of extreme turmoil on her YouTube channel at this point. So I understand how she could rationalize this. And I do have always, like always, you should always have empathy for both sides. I do have a tiniest bit of empathy. Not enough to act on anything physically, but enough to have a conversation at least. At this point, because of her supposed personality traits, she has rationalized this, and she thinks that she's actually not the one starting the fight.
I hate you.
When the narcissist says something hurtful, or they recount how they said something hurtful in the past, saying it or as they're remembering that they said it and talking about it.
Let's skip over this part real fast. It gets into the more mental side.
But everybody heard about it. Everybody was like coming up to me all night saying like,
Wow, you have anger issues. Why do you scream so much, especially when you can't win a level in a game? Do you have anger issues? Maybe I do have anger issues. Do you have a problem with that? Do you? I can't help my anger. Whenever I get mad at a game, I get really mad and I can't help it.
When I first saw this as well, I was very confused why he had decided to add this clip into it. Just because I think that at that point she is playing a character. In small defense of Sniperwolf, I don't like to not see both sides. And when I do see something like this, that is a giant slander on her and her mental state, I do look at it and I'm like, bro, okay, so if we're looking at this honestly, she's probably playing a character during the time that she is talking about these anger issues. So it could or could not be literally her saying she has anger issues or not. Also, when she's getting mad at a game, she's probably playing it up for a camera as well. I've had multiple times where I will get angry at a game and hit my desk, whereas normally I would not hit my desk. It's just something small that I think is funny because it makes a little ding sound. Makes a ding sound, it's funny for stream content. One time I threw my chair. That costed me $10 in wheels, but it was a funny clip. There's a reason why most streamers react overly, and it's because it's honestly just a easy clip, honestly. So to a degree, I do think that she can be defended in that specific circumstance where he is clipping her.
Maybe they can't help it. I'm telling you, obviously, they can. And if they couldn't, Mel, they'd never be as successful as the way they are. Or the screen.
The people who saw it never made a video about this, probably to like preserve their reputation as drama free, and because that's not the kind of content that they normally make.
who told you? Now I need to know.
When people would find out about it secondhand, they would inquire about it, and Azzy would ask them, please don't make a video about this.
Probably shouldn't mention it.
Which he does go on and make a video about this. I'm sure that he got express consent from her after Sniperwolf has already been down now. It is very much so easy to make a diss on Sniperwolf now that she has been accused of so much more and come out with all of these other claims. Almost as if we're in a trial here where Sniperwolf has been already accused of one thing, and if this thing doesn't land, we're going to accuse her of assault now, we're going to accuse her of stealing content now, which she already kind of has. We're going to accuse her of doxing now. We've accused her of basically everything now, so I'm sure it's very easy to post a video slandering Sniperwolf now. Again, no hate to Nerd City. I don't think that I'm trying to hate here, but I do think it is a lot easier to release this video now rather than back, you know, when it happened in 2018, 2019. When she was at the very height of her career. She had the biggest fan base, the fan base that would go on to dox people.
Man, she did not want the drama.
I mean, I don't want to comment on this.
But in those, you know, sort of upper social circles, it's been known for years that there is a prominent creator who has a screw loose in their head.
I mean, there was this one bitch who talked so much on me online. And then she came up to me, smiled, and tried to hug me. I'm like, you call me stupid and ugly, we throwing hands.
And women especially should stay away from her.
The rest of the night, everybody made sure like she was on the opposite side of the room as me.
She gonna make me commit a crime. Bro, you gonna make me do something.
Okay, dude, now here's the point where I'm like, okay, I can't really defend her. She just said she's gonna make me commit a crime. How do you think that's okay to proclaim to your 35 million subscribers? How do you think that is an okay thing to do? How is that an okay thing to do whatsoever? It's just not. You can't do that. You can't just say that and expect no circumstances or nothing to come back at you.
violent. These hands are rated E for everyone. I would have popped him right then and there. And as soon as you put your guard down, it's just like...
In the last episode of Nerdline.
Again, this is about all I want to react to, but saying that you're going to somebody's going to put their guard down and you're going to punch them when their guard is down just does seem like a little bit of a low blow. I won't lie, Sniperwolf. Anyways, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this much shorter recap over this situation. Go watch the hour-long video. It will be worth your time. It's a deep dive into narcissism as a whole. Sniperwolf is actually just prevalent in the first 10 minutes, and then later on is just used in clips trying to explain certain personality types. With that being said, go watch the video. I'm going to try to link it in the description. And I will see you beat-ups later. Make sure to like, dislike, or comment. See you beat-ups later.